Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all honors and praises and glory belongs to my Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waharakah Kwadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahweh Shai, in who I reverence and honors to the elder apostles of great Millstone that taught me this truth. Okay, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. Okay, and this lesson, I don't really do too much lessons on women, but there's a time and there's a place, because at the end of the day, we're not here to be, what do you call it, one-trick ponies. Different brothers have got different talents. Different brothers are going to be speaking about particular things at different times. So without further ado, we're going to go straight to it. It's going to be based on women. Okay, let's go to Ecclesiastes 9. And we're going to start straight at 8. It says, turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman. Right? So a woman that's beautiful, she's pleasing to the eye. Women that are very beautiful, they're used to getting a lot of attention. Right? They're used to getting attention. It's not something new to them. And beautiful women, not just most women, but mostly beautiful women, they get to pick. Right? And this is how backward this society is. But it says turn that eye away from a beautiful woman. And you notice when you do that, that woman's thinking, hold on a minute. I'm used to being looked at by everyone. How comes he ain't paying attention to me? So there's power in restraint. Anyway, let's continue. And look not upon another's beauty. Right? Because that woman may belong to somebody else. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Because beauty is what? Deception. Beauty is vanity. Okay, in some ways. Right? And all these advertising that Esau does, it's all what? Pushes vanity. The whole makeup. A woman may not even look that way. I'm talking about natural beauty, but a woman might not even look that way. She might put on what something you call face mascara. Okay. So that's like a trick. You know, lipstick and all that. Okay. And some women, they just have natural beauty, but it says, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Because it's not always, see, Yahweh deals with the inward. And he always has. Even with his men, he deals with the inward part. So you can't just look at a woman and say, oh, she's buff. That's some slang, the old UK slang. She's buff, she's thick. She's thick. But I always find it, the most beautiful ones, they have the most horrible spirits. They're the most prideful. Okay? Not all, most. Okay? For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. They've been trapped up. Many men have been locked up. All types of things. Died. Okay? Run out of their wits. For herewith love is kindled as fire. If you let's go to verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife. You shouldn't be sitting down with another man's wife, conversating. You staring her in the eyes. She's staring you in the eyes. What do you think that's going to lead to? What do you think it's going to lead to? I've been in a situation before, but I never, particular situation, and I had to just leave. Right? You don't do that. No, sit down with her in 9 arms. You all hugging up upon her. And spend not thy money with her at the wine. Right? You drinking. And that's when it mostly happens. When you're drinking, you're laying down, you're drinking. Because when you're drinking, what you're letting down, what's it? You're kind of letting down your guard. You're letting down, you're loosening up. Lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Why does it say fall into destruction? Because that's another man's woman. This is what this society pushes. Yeah, go on. Doesn't matter. Sleep with his... No, this is what this society pushes. Right? So now we're going to go straight to Proverbs 30 and 20. And the image that you can see is what Shantae Moore, a singer. Okay, bear me just a minute. Jump straight to Proverbs 30 and 20. Alright. Got to have restraint. Let's go to Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth. Okay. And remember, this ain't a thing just, these women are evil. That ain't that, because you also got men that do the same thing. Right? And remember, that was Mary. She was caught in an act of adultery and she was forgiven. So I hope sisters that ain't watching this, I hope they don't think, it's just bringing out the fact of adultery is not right. And me committed what? Spiritual adultery. Okay? Because our people are into idolism, and anything you put before your Yahushua goes into what? Adultery, spiritually adultery. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. Proverbs 30. Okay? And 20. For such is the way of an adulterous woman, she eateth and wipeth her mouth. Okay? You know? Getting all, messy with it, sloppy. Okay? She eateth and wipeth her mouth, sleeping with another man, getting busy, and saith, I have done no wickedness. Wipes her face, cleans herself up. Okay? You could be going to work. Okay? And next thing you come in, she's out, sleeping with somebody else. Okay? Going down on our colleagues. You even got, this whole thing with colleagues, there's a name for it. Certain women, they have like boyfriends they actually get to they have office buddies. Like I don't know there's a name for it. Office buddies and all that rubbish. Right? But they got men at home. That's that's wicked. But they have men at home. And they have children, and they're still, man, this is why there needs to be a resetting. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Like nothing happened. And here it is, you're kissing her on the lips. She's hugging on you. Excuse me, this is going to be but she's sucking on a next a man's rod. And she's kissing you. Oh man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's why we need out of here. And she will lie about it. Bear me just a minute. And that's what? An adulterous woman. Now we're going to go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 3. Okay. And it gets to the point now, you really want to commit yourself to the woman. How do you know this woman have got the jab, the COVID jab, like 3 or 4 of them? And you're like, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 4. Use not much company, the much of a company of a woman that is a singer. Why? Lest thou be taken with her attempts. A woman that can sing good, that's alluring. Right? That's alluring. Okay. It's seductive. You ever heard some of these R&B songs? It's seductive. See, again, Esau knows what he's doing when he uses certain music. Ain't wicked listening to R&B and all that. But again, he knows. Okay. Lest you be taken with her by her attempts. Okay, because singing can also be used to allure you. Okay. So now we're going to go straight to Proverbs 6 and 32. We don't always do the same topics. There's always a different topic that we go into. Bear me just a minute. And this is just a topic that, I wanted to go into. Definitely when you're out and about, you're observing how people react. And these women that have husbands, they don't respect their husbands. They walk all over them. Okay? And that's one thing I've noticed. They ignore them. They're eyeing up another man. How is it you're with your husband, but you're eyeing up another in front of him? Completely out of order. Completely out of order. You got the man pushing the pram. And you're behind him. You're not even in front, you're behind him. Okay. Salakia in front of him. Salakia. What a damn shame. Bear me just a minute. Proverbs 6 and 32. It says, but whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh. Bear me just a minute. Yep. Whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. You committing adultery is if that man is with her he's engaged, okay, and you sleep with her, that means that's adultery, because he has not put her away. He's still with her, and it's really sex that consummates marriage, right? But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. So this is a man with no understanding. He's ruled by his what? Emotions. It feels good to him. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Okay? And not everybody's David. Alright, David done that, but not everybody has the same sure mercies of David. The elect do, the hopeful elect. But just because David does it, oh, well, David did, I'm going to try it. Are you that much of an idiot? He that doeth destroyeth, you destroy your own soul. Okay? You destroy your own integrity. A wound, you see, a wound, and a dishonor shall he get. So that's a dishonor to your own soul, to your own spirit, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Right? King David's was, but even within that, he still had to suffer punishment. I remember there was 3 traces that he had. I forgot what it was, but it was 3 traces. And it was one of them. What happened? His child died. Okay, I believe it was that. Okay. So there was still a punishment for King David doing that. Okay. For the jealousy of the rage of a man. Okay. Wherefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He's going to want to take your head off because you slept with you get a kick out of sleeping with other men's women. Why would you even get a kick out of that? That's why I say men that do that, really, you're a faggot. You get a kick out of sleeping with other men's women. He will not regard any ransom. You're not going to be able to pay him off. Yeah, brother. Yeah, you try to pay him off. Sweet talking, flattery. Neither will he rest content. He ain't going to trust you. Though that giveth many gifts. Okay. He's going to want to lay hands on you. Okay, because you slept with his woman and that's his property. That's why we don't want to be covetous. And that's why it tells you what happens also if you have, bear me just a minute. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10 also happens when you have a daughter. It's not just that you're training up your sons in the right way. You're also training, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. It takes 2. You also got to train up not just your sons, your daughters. And it's the women that should be teaching their daughters more so how to conduct themselves. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 26 and 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hold her is as though he held a scorpion. You're going to get stung. Okay. A drunken woman and a gather abroad causeth great anger because she's going to be acting foolish and she's going to bring shame upon the family. Okay, and gather abroad. Okay. And she will not cover her own shame. For whoredom of a woman, and this is one thing I've noticed lately as well, then what's up with them big eyelashes that you attach? You already have eyelashes, so why would you need bigger eyelashes to attract men? The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Okay. That proud look. Okay. Twitter in them eyelids. Again, that's another sign of what seduction. Okay, they do it so they can allure. And haughty looks, proud looks, and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, okay, she's going out there, she's whoring, keep her in straitly. And yes, you can do that. Okay, but they want to call what? Child services on you. Oh, no. But the scripture says keep her in straitly. Lest she abuse herself through much liberty. Because if you let them go out young, do what they want to do, and by this time, this also applies in the ancient world, what would happen? Everybody would end up sleeping with them. Then they'd be of no use. Nobody would want to marry them. And it would be a shame to the father. And when it says abuse herself with much liberty, improper practice, from Latin, abusus, using up, you see, a violation, a defilement. Right? So, and it says polluted. So, when people see that, they're not going to, nobody's going to want to marry her. The father ain't going to be able to sell her off because she ain't going to be what? Precious. Right? And your daughter and the sons were what? A part of your household. A part of your property, yes. Lest she abuse herself through much liberty. If you give her too much. Watch over an impudent eye, an undisciplined eye. Like I said, you got these men. I've seen it. Women have even done it to me. They have a man sitting or standing right beside them, and the woman be looking me right in the eyes, and I have to turn away my face. That's not right. I marvel not if that shows she don't respect you, right? I marvel not if she trespass against thee. Don't be surprised. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler. You know what that goes into, okay? When he have found when he have found the fountain, okay, and drink every water near her, right? By every hedge will she sit down, every street corner, and open her quiver. That's her panani. See, I gotta use my words carefully. You got a lot of emotional men as well. Against every arrow, that represents a man's rod, and the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Okay, so the scriptures even tell you how, if you have a daughter or a son, how to deal with him. That's why I'm so glad right now I'm single. Okay, because these women are getting vaxxed and all types of sort, sleeping with this, that guy when you go into work. Okay, she could be sleeping with some guy from wherever, you know, wherever, all across the board. Okay. And a lot of that happens in these office buildings as well, these corporate office buildings. Okay. Never know who she could be sleeping with. Okay. She could be sleeping with some some drug dealer. Okay, he's got more money. Okay, than an individual that's working hard. But she's gonna go to that drug dealer who lives in Dagenham. Okay, sleeping with him. Okay. Because what, he's got more papes. Okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians 7:27. What a damn shame. Okay. A lot of brothers fall out because of women as well. Okay. Women boss them about, slap them about. Okay. Let's go to first, like that dominatrix. They slap them about. Kick you with, stamp on you with that high heels. Okay, that's why you got to be a man. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7:27. Right? And it says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. So if you have a wife, things are going all right, don't seek to be loosed. Don't break off from her just because she might not be in the truth. Art thou loose from a wife? All right, you broken up. Seek not a wife. Keep it that way. Okay? Don't be searching out here. Oh, bro. Some individuals, okay, instead of doing the work of your Hawaii or Shad, you find them trying to chase women. Bro, you ain't got the time to do that. How could you be fully invested in this truth, Sophia, if you're chasing women? But and if thy married, thou hast not sinned. If a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless shall you have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So Paul was warning them. Obviously, if you're engaged, that woman, she's a part of you now. So you're going to have to look after her. She's going to want your time. Okay. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that they both that had wives be as though they had none. Okay, so yeah, you may be living with her, but it's like, I know it sounds cruel, but like she don't exist. You don't make enough time for her. Why? Because you got to make more time for your Habashai. And they that weep as though they wept not. A loved one could pass away, and they that rejoice, you may have had a moment of rejoicing as they rejoice not. And they that buy it as they possess not, because we're not taking nothing with us. And they that use this world as not abusing it. That's that word, abusing it as well. Over excess. So yes, use this world, but we don't over abuse it. Go to verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried, okay, which is what, an engagement, okay, careth for the things that belong to the Lord Jehovah Shai. So this individual that doesn't have them attachments, and a man may see this and get jealous and say, oh no, he just doesn't like responsibility. No. It just says a man that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord. That's just the truth, because you have more time to tend to the things of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, rather than to tend to your woman every other second. And how he may please the Lord, like a spiritual Enoch, right? But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world. Why? Because your woman 9 times out of 10 care for the things of the world. She's very worldly, okay? How he may please his wife. So you're going to be in that spirit. You're going to be in an effeminate spirit, just like with your woman. She tells you, jump. You say, how high? Right? So again, it's one of those things, you know. Don't be taken by these women out here. That's one thing I had to learn as well, especially first coming to the truth. Chasing up and down. And after, you're just going to feel worse than you felt before. Because this energy is your time, and time is precious. Right? If anything, let her chase you. Let her chase you. And when you're about the Father's business, you'll find that more and more. Women will be more attracted to you because you have a purpose. Women are attracted to men that have purpose. And the most important purpose is to be focused. And women see that. They see that. Right? She's all about how she can conquer you. Once she's conquered you, bye-bye. On to the next one. Right? So with this lesson, I hope this was edifying, and on to the next time. Shalom.